Hello, this is the assignment for Advanced Hardware Design Lab 4. In this, I have implemented RC5 encoder and decoder. This is the Verilog file and the hierarchy for the RC5 encoder decoder. This is the top file which has clock divider, RC5 encoder, decoder and display, which displays the result on 7-segment LED. Here, so let's look at first the RC5 encoder. So in the RC5 encoder, we have a ROM which is 20, so which has 26 value and each value has 32 bits, where A has been calculated by this equation implemented in VHDL and B is implemented as well. This is RC5 decoder and RC5 decoder, and in RC5 decoder we have the ROM which is 26 bits and which has 26 elements and each element is 32 bits, where this equation for A and B has been implemented. The 7-segment display will display the result which is there in the hex value, and it will give out to the 7-segment of the output of the Nexus 4. This is RC5 top, which contains clock division, encoder, decoder and the display. Now the input of the encoder is D in, which is given by the switches. Switch number 5 to 3 is the selection switch and 6 number 15 to 8 is the data input for the RC5 encoder. The output of the encoder goes to the input of the decoder, and it will come and it will decode the sequence, and the final output will be final D out. Now the selection switch SW2 to 0 will select whether we are displaying the input of the encoder, output of the encoder or output of the decoder, depending upon the switch configuration. Now let's look at the functional simulation. So this is the functional simulation where the D in is the input as we have seen previously, which is 0001, and the output of the encoder is this one. And when the output of the encoder goes to the input of the decoder will decode, and the final output is this one, which is same as the D in, which is input of the encoder. Hence the encoder and decoder is so complete opposite of inverse of it, and it is implemented perfectly. So now let's look at the let's look at this result on FPGA implementation. So this is where the FPGA has been implemented and all the switches are at 0. All the switches are at 0. Now if the input is 0 0, so this is the input which is 0 0, the output of the encoder is the LSB is this one and MSB is this one. And if we see the output of the decoder, then it will be same as the input, which is 0 0 0. Now let's change the input of the encoder. Now to change the input of the encoder, these 3 switches are there which is at place. So let's keep it as 8 0. Now let's change this one, so it is 0800 0080, and now let's change the higher bits. So it has been changed and the higher bit is 0080, this one, and let's keep it as this one. So this is the input which is 808080 000, and this is MSB, and LSB is 0080 0080. Now for this, the output of the encoder is this one, which is, so this is the LSB and MSB is this one, and the output of the decoder LSB is 0080 0080 and the MSB is 8080 4 times 0. So this is the actual input of the RC5 encoder, hence it is implemented in the FPGA. Thank you.